Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to any new viewers. This is a reading for Taurus, my beautiful Taurus signs, Taurus sun, moon rising, anyone with a strong Taurus placement in your chart. This reading is for you. For my subscribers, my regular viewers, it has been a while since I've done these readings for you guys. It's been quite intermittent over the last few months. Things have been a little bit hectic and crazy, but hopefully now moving forward, I'm in a place where I can give you some more regular readings again. So Taurus, like I said, this reading is for you, and I'm going to be having a look at your current energy situation, what's going on with you. I'm going to also look at what's happening around you. Anyone that you're dealing with, any sort of situations going on at the moment, and what is going to be the overall outcome of those, or likely outcome. Going to look at some words of advice for those who are seeking it. We've got the beautiful Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I'll just pull a couple more cards before we get into it. And of course, if this reading resonates with you, if you take anything from it that you find helpful, please like the video, subscribe, it really helps. See the bigger picture, okay. Taurus, I can see that you are really, really ready at this point for a new start, a fresh new start. You're willing to take a chance. You're willing to explore the unknown. You are just ready to let something go, something that you've been working very, very hard on for a long time, but you know what? It just ended up becoming or feeling like more of a burden than what it was worth. It was taking more from you than what it was giving, and you weren't really feeling that motivated anymore. So you're really sort of contemplating this, and if you haven't already, you are, like I said, getting ready to start something completely new. We have the Fool energy here as the first card that came out in this reading. So this is again all about those new beginnings, taking a leap into the unknown. Now, you have been doing a fair bit of research, I would say, right? You have been doing a little bit of due diligence. You have been thinking about this for a while. But it's interesting because I'm almost seeing that because you've been thinking about it, as soon as this opportunity comes up to make this change, you are just going to take it. You are just going to go for it. And you may end up actually surprising people with what you do. People around you may think, wow, that was sudden or unexpected or a little bit impulsive, but it's actually not really. And you'll understand what I mean if this is resonating, because again, you've been thinking about it for a while, but you haven't necessarily been talking about it. You haven't necessarily been telling a lot of people about what your plans are or what you've been thinking about or what you've actually been really getting to a point where you're just over it or upset about it. You've been keeping a little bit quiet. I also do think that this situation, you've really put your all into it. You really tried. It's not as though you put minimal effort in, or you just kind of tried it and to see what would happen. Really, you put your kind of heart and soul into it. You did really make a good go of it. And again, whether this is, because I'm seeing a combination here of Pentacles kind of work environment, but also an emotional situation. So for some of you, it could be like a job or a career path that felt emotional in some ways. Like maybe you've almost felt like the people you worked with or your boss or your partner or manager felt like family almost, but it got to a point where that was no longer serving you. And so you're feeling like, okay, now is the time where I have to break away from that, where I have to leave and start something new. It almost has a weird feeling of you're leaving a job. It shouldn't be that difficult, but it almost feels like you're leaving, you know, home, or you're leaving family for the first time or something. It's a bit of a strange feeling. It is a complete new chapter, I think. It's something completely different. You could be moving into, say, this, you know, similar kind of industry, but maybe a completely different type of job or take on it or angle. Or again, it could be a new career path completely. For others of you, and it could be two storylines for both, for, you know, at the same time, that are happening at the same time. But it could be to do with, again, considering leaving a relationship or a close personal relationship that, you know, served you for a period of time, but again, became quite burdensome at the end of the day. I think you're ready to make a decision if you haven't already. I think you are thinking very, very clearly about what's going on. Now, interestingly, we've got quite a bit of major arcana in this reading. We've got the Fool, we've got the Star, we've got Justice. So that's why I'm thinking this is some, you know, a big kind of change. It's not a small change. It is a change in direction for you at this point in time. But yeah, something around you definitely feeling like a burden. I think you've also got you're dealing with someone who you could have been almost living under their shadow a little bit. It's almost like it's time for you to move on, because you really need to create a path for yourself, right? No longer being under the shadow of someone else. So again, if this is a personal or a romantic relationship, you could have been dealing with someone, or maybe still dealing with someone who is like, you know, the leader or takes a dominant role most of the time. Maybe because of just their personality, maybe they're very extroverted, or maybe, you know, it's because of what they do, what they've achieved in their life. They achieve a lot of, you know, fame, or people talk about them, even on a small scale level. It doesn't have to be like an actual, you know, super famous person. But what I mean is, it was really all about them, and there wasn't enough room for you to shine on your own. So I'm seeing, and you know, sometimes, and this may not have been the person's intention, but sometimes you can also feel a little bit taken advantage of because you're not appreciated, like underappreciated. And again, I'm not seeing that there was, you know, someone deliberately trying to keep you down or tie you down, or you know, diminish your vibrancy and your light, but you're realizing that you'd be better served in a different environment, maybe away from this person. You'd be able to excel a lot more. So again, that could be a personal relationship, that could be business as well. So you may have been working with someone who, again, you just keep getting overlooked because this person is, you know, this other person is stealing all the limelight. That could be a manager, a boss, or even, you know, a co-worker. But the point is, you've gained all that you can from this situation, and it's time to now release that and move on and start a completely new cycle. I am seeing a very, very nice opportunity coming in. So for those of you who are having these thoughts or these feelings about, I think it's time to move forward, I think it's time to make a big change, but maybe you're waiting for that right moment, the right moment is coming in. So this is a couple things. This is an offer of almost, I'm seeing like salvation, but it's not really, because it's not like you haven't done any of the work. Opportunity is always a mixture of a bit of luck, maybe a bit of fated universe type connection, but also you've got to be ready to take that opportunity. And I see you being completely ready to take it. Okay. It's like something is going to come in that is really on the same vibration as you now, if that makes sense. So everything that you've been feeling, thinking, you're now going to move towards this opportunity because it just makes sense for you at this time. It's going to feel very easy. If this is a new job offer, usually with cups, it is more of a, romantic or relationship type offer. love offer. But if it is something to do with a career or a job transition, I'm seeing that really it's going to feel like you're vibing, like you're on the same wavelength as the person or the people who are offering you this opportunity. It's also going to feel like you're going to be able to do something that's more in line with what your skills are, what you're naturally good at, where your talents are, things that you've either developed over the years or are naturally good at. So it's going to feel, again, like a very, very smooth, easy thing. And like I said, other people may look at you and go, wow, I'm so surprised that you've just made this change and like completely changed and didn't even look back, and it felt so natural and you're so happy to do it. And again, from your perspective, it's like, well, actually, this is something I have been thinking about for a while. I just was able to grab that opportunity as soon as I found it or as soon as it came to me. For others of you, yes, it is a new love connection. It could be a new friendship as well. Something is opening up for you. You're meeting someone who you are vibing with a lot better than the people in your current environment. So that's very, very exciting. And with the Ace of Cups, it's always a very, there's a purity behind this, right? It's something with good intentions. So I think it's definitely an opportunity or offer that you can trust. But again, I think you've done a lot of research behind it. So you're not going into it completely blind. It's almost like you visualized this and it came to you. And it may have been, it may have been something that's been in the works for a long time or that you've been thinking about for a long time. But it's like it just ticked all the boxes, or it will tick all the boxes when it comes in. You're making here with Justice energy, very, very, very logical, rational decision with this. Okay, this is what I like about it, because it's not, sometimes the Fool, can be like fools rush in without really thinking about the consequences, but I think you've actually thought about the consequences. You've thought about this opportunity in the past, even before it came to you. And so again, that's why you're just ready to take it. I'm also seeing the scales of justice here balance. You're getting more of what you're owed. So I'm seeing more potential for example, if this is to do with a career related thing, I'm seeing more potential for you to earn more money. I'm seeing potential for you to actually be rewarded appropriately for the efforts that you put in. And you know that, and that's why, again, it's so clear to you that it's time to make this change. Similarly, when it comes to a partnership, a love connection, a romantic relationship, this can symbolize a couple of different things. It can symbolize, for me, again, because I'm seeing new here, but it can symbolize a bit of a make or break moment. It's like, well, you're not willing to commit, for example, therefore I have to go. This is not fair for me anymore. I'm not getting what I need out of this connection. So you are very, very clear and rational in this decision making, and it's all about getting what's fair and balanced for you. It's time to think about you. You can't be the one who's just feeling burdened all the time. Someone's going to be disappointed. I don't think it's you at all. This is someone else. Someone's going to be very disappointed with you moving on, with you leaving. But it's too little too late. They didn't do enough to prevent this situation from happening. There were signs. They could have prevented it. They didn't. And it's almost like a quiet acceptance, I feel. I think they're going to be emotionally upset by this more than what you realize. However, they won't actually show it to you. I feel that strongly. They're not going to show it to you. You may end up leaving thinking, wow, I'm surprised that me moving on or me starting on this new path was so kind of just accepted by the people who I've, moved on from or left behind. But it's really not the case. They're actually a little bit too proud to show you that. And also, again, it's like they've just accepted it. I think they've realized, again, that they could have done more to either keep you or make the situation better for you or support you in your needs or in your, what you want for the future, and they didn't. And it's like this quiet, upset acceptance of that. Now I'm seeing that you're going to be able to move onto a path where, again, the future is looking very, very promising. From a financial perspective, I'm seeing good things happen on this path as well. So everything, again, seems to make sense, from the emotional, from the passion that you feel for it, for the interest that you have in making this change, the fact that it's aligning with you and what you like and what you're interested in, the fact that it has more promise for the future. You have the potential to be a real leader in this area of your life, in this aspect of your life. At the moment, or in the recent past, you were not able to lead because, again, someone was getting in the way of that, or the situation or the environment was getting in the way of that. That's no longer going to be the case. And really, again, we're coming to let's grab this card. We're coming to a culmination here. It's time. The past is no longer serving you. And I think you're seeing that now. Look at the light that's reflecting off the moon. Now, this is a deck that's all about moons, right? So typically when we see a moon, we might think not everything is realized yet, or not everything has come to light. But I think you are seeing the bigger picture now. The bigger picture is obvious to you now, and things that were hidden in the past are no longer hidden, and you understand exactly what you need to do. I'm going to leave it there because this is a really nice reading, Taurus, and I really wish you all the best in the days, weeks, and months ahead. But I think this is going to be a good transition for you, really, ultimately, in the end. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you all in the next video.